you're an absolute junkie, loser of NFL, just digesting as much as you can, then the NFL schedule week is on par with like the first day of free agency, the draft, all the rounds of the draft, all 3 days of coverage, the mocks and all that stuff. So this is a huge week. Because if you're a diehard fan like myself, it's probably very tough for you to be critical and be very realistic when it comes to the schedule, right? That's me. Now, last year, I think I had 9 wins. I think it was 9 or 10 wins. Somebody can pull that up, but it was right there, right on the mark. And of course, we had that tie. So it's not like I'm incapable of being somewhat realistic. But it's always fun to see what the schedule comes out, and where you see your L's coming through. We don't have many nuggets that have dropped out or leaked out so far. But we'll start with the 2 big leaks that are, again, nothing confirmed here. As we're talking right now on the 8th, or if you're listening to this on the 9th, by the time we get to the 11th, before the primetime special comes on, I'm sure the majority of all this will be confirmed or not. But either way, we'll dive into it this coming weekend. But the 2 giant nuggets that we have so far, I like one of them. I don't like the other one. Now, I'll explain this. The first one up is the Giants are rumored to play opening night, Monday Night Football, 9/11, Giants-Jets. Now, for many, many reasons, that's just tailor-made. How does the NFL pass that up? You have both big New York market teams. You're on 9/11. And then you have the debut of the 40-year-old ayahuasca addict. So everything is tailor-made for a huge primetime Monday night showdown. I don't like it. I like it as a fan of the game and a fan of, culture, New York culture, etc. To have those teams representing on 9/11, it's perfect. Like, how could you, of course, it makes perfect sense. It's a beautiful thing, a beautiful tribute to have. As a fan, number one, I don't like the fact, just waiting, that whole Sunday, it feels so shitty when you're on either Sunday night or Monday to have to go through all of that. You're watching all these games, you've waited this entire time, and you got to wait one more day? The petty fan in me doesn't like that aspect of having to wait. The working man in me hates it even more. I don't like night games, period, on a weekday. I get up at 4 in the morning, right? I'm up at 4 in the morning, already at work by 6 o'clock. So I'm an early riser. And these night games, these young kids, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So just tune this out. But for my guys that are in their late 30s and 40s and up, you know what I'm talking about, right? The night games are brutal. Brutal. And again, waiting that night, and the Giants beat the Jets, I'm going to be on a high. I'm going to be on a Will Hill high that is just, I can't come off of. How the hell am I going to go to bed, right? And then the other thing is, for me, I got to jump on, I got to do a podcast. There's no sleep. And everybody's like, well, Chuck, just take a day off. I don't take days off. Just who I am. I don't do it. But we'll see. And I'm telling my colleagues right now, after Thursday, there might be some days off coming. Because now it's like, okay, if we're playing opening night, I got to go balls out. I got to go balls out on opening night. So that rumor is just a rumor. But doesn't it just make sense? Jets, Giants, 9/11, Monday Night Football. Don't like it, but it makes perfect sense. And then the other Giants nugget pertaining to the schedule, and this is the one I, for some reason, like. And I again, this is another night game, which the Giants historically, when it comes to primetime games, we just shrink. We fall apart. The glass slipper shatters. We don't perform well, especially against this team. on night game, primetime games. But the rumor is for the NFL's very first Black Friday game. I believe it's the only one game on Black Friday. Because this season of the NFL schedule is different than it's ever been in my lifetime. There is no more exclusive rights to any network having, it used to be when you grew up in my generation, CBS would have the NFC and NBC would have the AFC, and Monday Night Football on ABC would have the best matchup. Nowadays, there's absolutely no more exclusive rights. So you could have the Giants and Cowboys on CBS, which hasn't been that way, in 30-some years. So it's weird. It's a lot to get used to, but I'm pretty sure that the Black Friday game is an exclusive game to Amazon Prime. I could be wrong. But if the rumor is true, it would have the very first Black Friday game being the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Football Giants. Now, I understand the Eagles, Giants, primetime disaster. I get all that. And trust me as a fan, going back even to the Victor Cruz awful incident on Thursday Night Football. I think it was Thursday or Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Historically, it's a nightmare. But the way I look at this, two things. Number one, if we're ever going to punch this team in the mouth and stop being this little scared, little cousin, little brother, we seem to be the bigger brother in stature. We're the more successful franchise. Also, but they own us, right? And they don't just own us lately, they beat the shit out of us. There's a big difference. Dallas has our number every damn year. But Dallas and the Giants games are always close. We tend to blow the lead. Somehow something happens, but we blow the game away. The Eagles games just never seem to be close. They beat the shit out of us from the moment that the national anthem happens. It's over. And so if they're the top dog in the NFL, which they are in my opinion, not just this division, not just this conference, we have to be honest. We have to approach this as the Eagles are the team to be. And of course they are. They lost a lot in the offseason, but they also gained a lot in the offseason. So to me, as much as I hate to say it, I'd say that they're as good as they were last year. But they are also older than what they were last year. So we'll see how that plays out. And then there's the what-ifs of the draft picks because you never really know. But I love it because if we're ever going to get to the top of this division, we have to take them out. So it's not about, hey, how about you play on our terms on a Sunday afternoon, in a blizzard at MetLife. No, I don't want it. Give me prime time. I don't even care where the game's at. Give me prime time. Give me Black Friday. Give me all the scumbag Eagles fans in Philly sitting around having their, fifth plate of fucking leftovers. Everybody's sitting around waiting to watch a giant ass beating, expecting another laughable Eagles-Giants game. I want it. How great would it be on a holiday weekend to get together with your family, your fellow Giants fans, your fellow Giant family, and know that so many Eagles fans stayed together over that holiday weekend and got punched in the face. What an early Christmas present. So for me, my mindset is we got to get to the next level. Don't pussy around. Just give me it. Give me what you got right off the bat. Hell, if you want us to play the Eagles week one, do it too. I don't care. The fan in me is never scared of Philly or Dallas or, whoever. The logical sports brain in me knows that if we are ever going to be the Giants again, and the Giants meaning the New York Football Giants, a team that fears nothing, and a team that if they're on your schedule, you fear them, then we need to take out teams like this in games like this. Don't shy away from it. Don't want to shy away from it. You should have the mindset of bring it on.